Lisa Kennedy, take what you want and leave the rest. I would really like you to talk about the cost to your personal spirit and how you were able to overcome it and be the open, sweet person you are. I can tell you are a very caring person, and being that was discouraged, how did you reconnect with the sensitive, loving side of yourself? Also, what was it like to be the master of your own time after years of being controlled for so long? Okay, so on this one, pretty much everything I just said applies to this question too, but I will add to this that the process of reacclimating to society and learning about life in the real world versus life in the Scientology world has been one of softening my approach to people and things. I didn't realize, and I still to this day don't realize, people have to tell me or remind me from time to time, that I can be pretty forceful. I can come across very strongly. I can be very dominating in conversation. I have a loud, booming voice. I don't mind voicing my opinions about things. I don't want to fight with people. I'm not like a pugnacious, let's debate, let's fight, let's have it out right now kind of person. I don't particularly back off from those kind of conversations, but I'm not a kind of person who wants to go engage in public debates or stuff like that. That doesn't particularly appeal to me. So I've come to, over this time, over these last 6 years, I have reconnected with a lot of my emotions. I've talked about how in Scientology you learn to suppress your emotions. But guess what? They're still there. They're not going anywhere. And so I've had to learn to deal with those. And that has been a real, sort of figure out how to do this from nothing really. Because in Scientology, especially in the Sea Org, your emotions are always take a back seat. They're always unimportant. Your ideas about things are unimportant. How you feel about things is very unimportant. And so I have not wanted to pendulum swing over too far on that, where it's now all about my feelings and all about, but I did have to learn how to process grief, loss, anguish, upset. And then I've come to realize that there is, periods of, I wouldn't say fully depressive episodes, but there's certainly little periods of depression. There's periods of some PTSD, kind of kicking my ass sometimes. That's gotten less over the years, significantly less. I used to have nightmares all the time about Scientology and being back in the Sea Org and trapped and stuff like that. I don't really have those as often. It comes up from time to time. So my effort more recently has been to try to soften my approach, listen more than I talk. Kind of hard to do here on the Q&A show, but I try to do that socially, try to pay more attention to the people that I'm listening to than myself. The other challenge of that, of course, is that my backstory is most of the time, or some of the time at least, the most interesting thing in the room. So people want to hear what I have to say, and they want to ask me a bunch of questions, and so then I end up kind of, again, dominating conversations that I didn't go into the room thinking that's what I was going to do, but it happens. So I try to, kind of chill out a bit, and I don't know that I'm succeeding very well at that, but I'm trying. So that's kind of what I can say in answer to this question. I don't know that I ever lost my sensitive side particularly. I mean, being in the Sea Org was a lot of work, but I was only doing it because I was trying to help people. So I was always interested in other people and helping them. So I don't think I lost that, or that ever really got suppressed or kicked or down or anything. I've just sort of redirected my efforts now as to how I'm going about helping people. So anyway, there you go.